This is Entertainment for Review, and today I'm going to be taking a look at The Big Bang Theory, Season 3, Episode 14, The Einstein Approximation. And this is a very good episode indeed. In this episode, Sheldon is stuck on a problem that he's trying to figure out for his work, and it's starting to drive him a little crazy, and he's trying to use irregular methods to figure it out. At the beginning of the episode, he had revealed that he had stayed up all night trying to figure it out, and then he was trying to engage a part of his brain by rapidly turning back to look at the whiteboard.
What you doing?
I'm attempting to view my work as a fleeting peripheral image so as to engage the superior colliculus of my brain.
Leonard suggests he needs a fresh start, and so he throws that whiteboard out the window and gets another. At the university cafeteria, Sheldon is still struggling, and Howard suggests that he possibly needs a reboot.
Have you tried rebooting him?
Raj comes up and suggests an idea. He wants to go roller skating, and Howard reveals that Bernadette's been wanting to do that. And then Leonard jumps in and says that perhaps Howard, Bernadette, Penny, and himself could go roller skating as a double date. This, of course, makes Raj a little frustrated because he's getting kicked out of his own plan. Sheldon next engages his next odd method as he steals Raj's lima beans and then Leonard's peas to try to visualize his experiment. Howard tries to offer his corn, but it's quickly rejected.
Don't be ridiculous. What would I do with corn?
As they are returning from their double date, where Leonard and Howard had a good time, but Penny and Bernadette were thoroughly humiliated, they enter the apartment, and Penny and Leonard both slip on marbles that Sheldon had set up to again try to visualize his experiment. Sheldon says he's been up for 2 or 3 days, and it's very clear that he's losing it and not thinking very clearly. And this is where Bernadette steps in, and she's actually able to convince Sheldon to go to bed, to the amazement of everybody else in the room.
So march in there, brush your teeth, and go to bed.
But I don't want to go to bed.
She says that she knows how to deal with children because her mother used to run an illegal daycare in their basement. However, Sheldon's going to bed apparently does not last long, as later when Leonard and Penny are sleeping, Leonard gets a call saying that Sheldon has broken into a children's arcade. He goes there and the security guard tells him that Sheldon's in the ball pit. He's again trying to visualize his experiment using again a bigger material. It's here that we get one of Sheldon's most iconic scenes, I would think, as Leonard is trying to get into the ball pit to drag Sheldon out, and Sheldon is crawling around under the balls and popping up every once in a while to say bazinga.
Come here! Bazinga. 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 Bazinga.
Later, Sheldon once again wakes Leonard and Penny while they're sleeping. He says that he's come up with a new idea, and this is where we get our title moment for the show. Because Sheldon says he wants to follow in the footsteps of Albert Einstein, who came up with one of his greatest ideas while he was working at the patent office. So Sheldon says he wants to do a menial task that will free up the more analytical part of his brain to be able to think about this problem more clearly. And to try to put this plan into action, Sheldon first goes down to the unemployment office and tries to find a temporary job. And this just ends up with security being called. So Sheldon tries to think about what could be menial, and he just decides to go to the Cheesecake Factory and work there. As Penny's surprised to see Sheldon just walking around bussing tables. He even serves Raj, Leonard, and Howard their food. And Leonard takes the opportunity to get some revenge on Sheldon because of how difficult Sheldon always is with his food orders.
Black beans, not pinto beans?
Yes.
Double guacamole?
Of course.
No cilantro?
Nope.
Lettuce shredded, not chopped?
Yep.
You understand why I'm doing this to you?
I do.
Later, as Sheldon is bussing another table, he drops a tray full of dishes. And Sheldon's plans worked, because as he's looking at this mess on the floor, he's finally able to visualize what he's been missing this whole time. That's that he thought part of his experiment was behaving as particles, when in actuality it would behave as a wave. So now, having figured it out, Sheldon decides to leave, and Penny asks him if he's going to clean up the mess he just made, and he says, "No, sorry, I don't work here." So, back to typical Sheldon. We then see that Howard did make it up to Raj for stealing his idea for his double date, as we see Raj and Howard roller skating together, and Raj could not be happier.
Happy now?
I'm on a cloud. Swing me.
The same cannot be said for Howard. And we end the episode with once again a recap of showing Leonard chasing Sheldon through the ball pit again, and that was nice enough to watch twice. This episode really is a prime episode for Sheldon, as you get to see a lot from his character throughout this episode. It says a lot too about the actor Jim Parsons, how good he is at portraying this character. You see how he struggles in a stressful situation and the extreme lengths he'll go to try to solve any problem that's related to his work. As usual, we see how he's hyper-focused and not caring too much how what he's doing is affecting others around him, such as waking up Leonard and Penny in the night just to tell them his plan. And only Sheldon can really just walk into a restaurant, start working, and get away with it. Probably because he wasn't really expecting payment. But again, as soon as he solves his problem, reverts back to normal Sheldon and he's off to the next thing. This episode is very simple, but has a lot going on at the same time. And as I said, the Sheldon in the ball pit is one of my favorite Sheldon moments. I even like the throw in at the end of Raj getting his trip to the roller rink. All in all, this is a very solid episode that I would score at a very high 9.2 out of 10. Please let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comment section below. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and keep an eye out for my next video coming soon, and we have another good one coming up next.